You, welcome to another episode of Jamaican State of Mind podcast. This is your host Nick. I'm there with Carter. What you deal with?
Yes, first for the year, the first for the year. We are here to stay. We're not here to play.
Yeah, man. I gotta say Happy New Year. At the first of the year, so I still can't say it. Although we are a month and a half in.
Now tell you,
Yo, big up on yourself.
feel like we work about 6 months already.
Yeah, man. Yo, so, we're there, people. Give thanks. For another year. Big up all of the massive them where we stick to no New Year resolution. Never have none this year, so I'm good.
Exactly. No New Year resolution. You know what I mean?
See, but big up all people them will set it and I still stick with it. You see me, I say?
Right.
But yeah, man. But we're glad to be here. Glad for another year. Look forward for 2022. All the most blessings and we're gonna get this year. More elevation. Is it? But yeah, man. Carter, what's going on with you?
Well, on a personal note, give thanks. Mommy and daddy are okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing right now. But other than that, start the new year with a new job, new company. So
Give thanks.
you know what I mean? Still adjusting to the culture, but mark improvement, a lot more structure, you know what I mean? Professionalism.
Yeah.
So we can't complain where that's concerned. But yeah, we just kind of try to have a more optimistic look on 2022, you know what I mean? We get beat up and butt up by this pandemic and want to go outside more, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, man. For real.
yeah.
For real. So people on this episode we are gonna talk about we are getting into some like political things and beer things what are going. 'Cause a long time we not touch the political realm, So some people want to hear our thoughts on a couple things and I never started by saying this. Living here in America for all these years, right? And like seeing what learn and see some of the things that black people been through and still going through up to this time, right? We live in a system where it's like we as a culture, as a race, black people, we easily get distracted by a lot of things, right? Like we don't stay focused on the task at hand, how important to us, how we need to accomplish. It's like, what I've seen is that they have in this country they turn everything into race. Anytime they want to distract us, let me just throw something out there and just make us just focus on race. Like that's the only problem we have here, right? And just to get it clear, like even on a political level where we have Biden in office and them not really do nothing for us. So me I say, then it's always excuse after excuse why them can't do. And it's like when them I get when people start pay attention and see what go on, it's like boom, you see something true. We just get distracted by pure foolishness. So we get distracted by most recent Kanye West and Theme shenanigans what go on and the social media blogs them just a repost and a show all of these foolishness. The last couple of weeks or month or so we've been distracted by Joe Rogan and Wagwan with Theme podcast, and we just not have been paying attention to what really are going on in the world. Is it me I say? And we're gonna get into the Joe Rogan thing, because Carter, that's what me really want to talk about. Really. But that's what my 2 cents are going. It's just a lot of distraction. And we're not focused on the task at hand.
Right.
Everybody want to build black wealth and black Wall Street and black power and black this and black that, black life matters and everything, but we easily get distracted by the foolishness.
Right. We are a very distracted population worldwide. Like even myself, sometimes during the workday, I saw a lawyer post something recently where him say, when you get caught up watching reels for an you know, get caught up watching reels from over an hour, just get dragged into this, continuous reels
Yeah.
and reels, and then check up and say, wow, I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So
Wasn't
sometimes I'm at
productive at
work.
all.
Yeah, man. Sometimes at work I probably like put my phone in a different drawer or something just not to pay attention to
Look
this.
at it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
A real talk.
when you say that it's a real, it's we might say it lightly, but it's a real issue. Like you're so kind of in a silo, this tunnel vision. You're not even know what's going on. That really affecting you. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this gonna come back and to the audience out there who we're talking with Joe Rogan is basically um one of the he's the biggest we talk media platform out there right now. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? You get like 11 million plus download per episode, and then man I do like 3 hour episode of podcasting.
Right.
Like several of them a week.
Mhm.
So on a regular weekly, I mean over 30 million people are listening
Mhm.
to this man. So they have the biggest platform, right?
And Joe, and
And
just for add, I mean, for some people who this is my show age, but hey, Joe Rogan is an established comedian. If you watch the TV show called Fear Factor, he was the host.
yeah, he was the host of that
You know,
Fear Factor and all of that.
for
Yeah.
the guys,
So he's an established comedian.
right?
And you know what I mean, in podcasts, you know what I mean, I'm a fan of his. I listen to a lot of his podcasts because him have very interesting people and people who have my type of interests from like, from people from different scientists, different art, historian,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, philosophers, like people who where I'm interested to hear from. Even some a lot of people who I may disagree with um politically and just even socially. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But me still listen to me. I'm a man. I listen to people like them if you have a different perspective. You kind of understanding like why them people that think like this, why them have them type of point of view. So it's a person who have like very a lot of people on, and and when I see like and the reason I bring him up is that he's the biggest media platform, right? And you see like the established media and some political people try discredit him, I try take him out of the ecosystem. And we see regular people like us, really, and people who have never listened to Joe Rogan have all of this opinion on it, and they might try cancel the man. And it's not something they pick up for Joe Rogan at all. It's a mess, and the man they have millions of $100 million. The man they alright, regardless if them this and try cancel him or
Right.
not. But my thing is, for somebody when at this space of we talking about what we want to talk about as podcasting, we have to be careful as a people not to fall in a trap and I try follow the bandwagon of want to cancel somebody like him. You see me I say? Because in the idea, yo, believe it or not, America um is maybe 3 countries in the world, but America is definitely one of them where freedom of speech is in the Constitution.
Right.
By far. Like, America is the if it's not, maybe 3. I don't remember. Don't judge me, but it's not a lot of country. I mean, it's not 5 countries, but America, the only country we know for sure where freedom of speech is in the Constitution. Remember, we neighbor across Canada do not have freedom of speech. People think that Canada is this liberal place. No, Canada do not have freedom of speech. UK do not have freedom of speech. I mean, because those places they can't in the UK, you can't even make fun of the Queen in the media.
But
You get what I'm saying?
you're right about
Yeah,
that.
in a Canada, comedian I get arrested and get sued because I joke on them something. Them something that happen in America. So America, although America have its problem, so my problem, and then I always say I believe in Charlemagne when him say I agree with Charlemagne when him say freedom of speech, but there's cost to it, right?
Right.
But end of the day is nobody now gonna get arrested for what them say. And when we take time go down that slippery slope where they wanna cancel people because you disagree with them, or you wanna what you call it, stop people from expressing themselves, and then it sounds good. I always say it sounds good in theory, But in practicality, it's not because it only gonna work when everybody else agree with you, right? But
Right.
suppose somebody else in power who disagree with your opinion. What
Let's
do you think gonna happen?
is that is but that's what again, just to kind of go back to what Nicholas said, is not that we're trying to defend this man who is a millionaire and have all the power, but what it brings light to is this man has been doing the podcast for over what, a decade or more, and
Yeah, more over a
and
decade.
of recently they're using old clips and they're snapping and chopping parts of his old interviews from a decade ago, and they know because they tried to go at him in a different light. Now they're trying to use different methods to quiet him because they've realized that this man's reach is more than if you go on
Anybody
if
else?
you go on any news platform, CNN, ABC, all these big worldwide conglomerates, they don't have the same reach and the same
No.
power. So they're looking at who is this man now. Having all these powerful people coming in platform who are also in
And them can't control him.
right,
Somebody where they cannot control.
exactly, and they're realizing that he's likable by many different diasporas. So it's just amazing for me to say, wow, there's no really freedom of speech in this space, man. You gotta watch what you say and watch what you do, because I'm telling you, they will shut your ass down.
No, they try. The thing is, that's what I'm saying with film situation is like we have to just hope that them don't they are not successful, because if they are, then so if somebody like us who are just a try grow ourselves and say we're gonna get more, we might talk about more risky topic, right?
Right.
All right, Carter, remember I told you YouTube send me a strike for one away
Yeah.
for one away with
Yeah.
episode they upload, right?
Yeah. It just had a political
And
top.
we are no
Mhm.
yeah, it's a political topic and we are nobody. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We are you know what I mean, we are nobody as yet. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And somebody does say like and just through that conversation, I don't know what I don't even know what the conversation about. I mean, it was a political topic, political episode, yes, and we might have some views where I don't know exactly, but if YouTuber send me, I forgot the wording, but they have to censor some things or whatever, on this episode, and I mean, I'm like, what? Like and we are nobody. So who listen? So the algorithm listen to something or something in the title. I don't know what it is for ban that. So I'm saying we have to be careful so we don't fall into that trap. We have to defend people who even if we don't like them,
Right.
we have to defend them for say what them want to say. You know what I mean? I always say we don't want to be a country where you cannot express yourself. One of the good thing America is that you can criticize the president all you want. You know what I mean? You can criticize anybody who you want.
That
You
is,
know what I
but
mean?
that is what is so attractive about the American culture. Why, even I was saying, I know, I think I mentioned this to Nicholas, like working with this company I'm currently working, I'm not gonna call a name, but their headquarters is based in Europe. But talking to these different people from all over the world in most recent times, and I had a one-on-one conversation with a gentleman from Belgium. Yeah, Belgium, and he's between Sweden as well. And he's been living in the US probably just over 24 months, and he's slated to go back home this summer. So the interesting thing, I think me and Nicholas had this conversation too, where we talk about, oh, Europe is, it's a place desired travel destination, right? But
Yeah.
the gentleman kind of realigned what we were talking about in off year, where Nicholas kind of said, America is 50 states, it's like 50 different countries. So you traveling from, let's say, from Florida to the middle America, like Kansas City, like you're traveling through not only time zones, but you're traveling through like a totally different cultural experience once you cross the border. Like the infrastructure changes, the food, the
Architecture
architecture
changes.
changes, the
Sometimes the dialect
the
of the
dialect,
accent
yeah,
and everything they
right.
change.
No, when this guy said to me, no, when this guy said to me, I said, it must be beautiful, living in Europe, because, you can jump on a train and you move from, Belgium to Germany to France to, right to all of the main European states, right? But he
Mhm.
said, no, it's him said he said I probably travel more than him, because when I tell him, oh, I'm from Jamaica, we travel to the Caribbean and travel to North America. We've been to Europe, so he's like, you being in the States is more of an opportunity and traveling and experiencing different things than them, because he said, hey, you jump to another country, they don't even speak your language. You see what I'm saying? And then to bring it back to what we're talking about, he was just like, the freedom that the Americans have here for just, sometimes blurt out things, or they can hop if you don't, if they're not if it's not working out in one state, you can pack up your belongings and you move across state, and it's the same, and it's the same language that we're speaking. So if we're good, the attractiveness about America is the freedom, the vastness of the land, but more importantly, the freedom of speech is in the Constitution, as Nicholas said.
Yeah. And yeah, no, well said. And it's like, and to some of our fellow Jamaicans, them are people who live in Europe and all over Africa and something, they will listen to us. Sometimes we make that mistake of like, especially when I see my Jamaican brethren them do it all the time. Like, I compare Jamaica with America, right? And it's like it's like sometimes we just look on a country for country, which it doesn't, like just to put it in perspective. I know we kind of switched the topic here, but I just want to understand people the difference. Just put it in perspective, right? The entire UK can hold in the state of Texas alone.
Absolutely.
All right. So just listen what I just said. Entire UK. So all of the country them will make up the UK, the island them and everything. All of that can come together and we can put it in the state of Texas by itself. Just one state.
Lost.
All right. So the state of Texas and California, I think California is the 4th or the 5th largest economy in the world.
You hear what I'm saying? Economy.
Okay, not so. So imagine, some of us tell you like
that sounds crazy.
Just think about that.
That sounds crazy when you say.
So you have the country of America is one of the big economy, China and such. But the state of state of California is also, and Texas is one of the biggest economy in the world.
Yes,
either the 4th or the 5th big. So I'm just saying that we understand the Perth kind of a consider of our largest countries, right? And also diverse in culture and everything. You know what I mean? When we watch the TV and we see like, something could have gone in California, wildfire and drought and flood and all of that, and it doesn't. It seems like it's a foreign country. That shit is happening.
Yeah, you seem disconnected because it's not.
You see, it can easily disconnected because it's like, it's just like you kind of, fortunately we work in the industries and we can interact with people, and one of the good thing with me and you is we're not afraid to talk to people. We're not afraid to have certain conversations with people. Sometimes we're afraid to have, some people afraid to talk. Like, we talk to people and then, just even from culturally, people fascinated us how we grew up and all of that, and then we can get for them backstory and all of that, and and then it's just we travel aspect through the country for work,
right,
in different states. We just learn that culturally people just different by state. Like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, everything what am I saying? Even them work ethic, the work style, you'd be amazed.
Work ethic, work style, different. Like, would you believe me? Say, have people in America don't know who Jay-Z is? Like, you have people in the country. Like, you said that to somebody from here, and like, you have people that don't know who Jay-Z is.
Don't know, bro. Don't know. Don't care to know.
Exactly. I work in Maine. When me working in Maine the time when me there Maine, I've met people who don't know nothing what go on out of them circle. Like, they don't, like, what go on in the world. I mentioned some stuff and they must say, oh, okay. Like, them don't know nothing what happening outside.
Absolutely. Listen, you have people who have never left the state.
For them state.
Yeah, they've never left their state.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow.
So, you understand? So we just said that we just give you just a comparison of what it is. But just come back to what the distraction part of me I say is that when we say like the shade room, them and the ball alert, them are repost certain things, right? It's like we have to understand them page is good for entertainment, right? But culturally, they kind of, when I just see them thing, they just like them now make it. It's just not doing well for the culture, the like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, if you saw the video with Jim Jones,
Oh
a
yes.
ball
Oh,
boy in a
this
Gucci.
this
It's like,
like disappointing because you bring up Jay-Z, but I'm like, bro, you are around people who are progressive and you still have that mindset. So you're gonna put yourself on tape saying that you've been in the Gucci store or whatever store.
trying to get service and you got another Gucci dress just go spend money. To me, that's just, but you see, that's what I'm saying is that it's a lot of lip service. What me see from most of them quote unquote people, celebrity and all of them people in the culture. And them not do know, me not think them do well for the culture. You get what I'm saying? Because the report I'm show you, and I think I posted on the page. Yo, black people in America last year spent $1.6 trillion. Okay? So listen what I'm saying. Black people in America, not in the world, spending power is 1.6 trillion. The GDP of Canada is no, actually 1.7. I think 1.6, something like that. Canada, entire country of Canada, GDP is 1.6 trillion. So just black people in a million, the 30, 40 million away,
Mm-hmm.
spending power is higher than the country of Canada.
And then
You hear what I'm saying? So it's not that we don't have the money, but we just spend it on beer fuckery. Excuse my language. You
no,
get what I'm saying?
I,
So we have all of them people in I get distracted, so them want to do this and do that, but we get focused on all of them. I spend the money the wrong places, and we not invest it back within our community.
see.
And then we have the media and we have the government keep distracting us with them throw them little snippet out there. When we focus too much on what go on Kanye West life,
Listen,
um,
see, just
it's like them thing that just drive me crazy, bro. And that's annoying because it's like we fall for the same trick every goddamn time.
all right. So just to reinforce Nicola's point, right? So we have based on Yahoo here, but it's a study was done by Nielsen. They are statistical recognized company that does studies on
Everything.
everything.
Yeah, they do like you watch movie, much TV. When them say 20 million people watch the Super Bowl this weekend, that's Nielsen.
Right. So they're basically data capturers and data analysts, right? So
Yeah.
they really reinforce what Nicola just said by 1 point. Let me give you the exact figure here. So it says black buying power currently stands at over 1.1 trillion and is on the road to hit about 1.5 trillion by 2021. So yes, he was correct. 1.5 to 1.
Last year, that's
Right,
last
which
year.
is
So
2021.
this year when it come out, it was like 1.6.
1.6 trillion, right? So the bad thing is that yes, we spend that, but our wealth has not increased.
That's the thing. Them say that there. Them say every other group wealth increase except us, but we spend the goddamn most.
Spend the
So it's
money
like
on cloth and boot and Gucci and
and
foolishness.
kill himself over foolishness. And so when we say I like to observe stuff, right? So when we say like I think I talked a little bit about this. When we say like Black Lives Matter and what going on with them right now, if you follow them, where not the cause you have two type of black guy. You have the Black Lives Matter you call it organization.
Yeah.
Them where I try change the fundamental of family, and they have a whole foolish thing going on. How much money they make out of black people, and then you have them people that spend much millions of dollars in real estate and all of that. What I'm just saying is, I'm not a person you're not gonna get me there. I'm not the person who can say black, 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 everything type of thing.
Mm-mm.
Because when we look upon political leader like because we love not the token, but we love little fool like when name one of the senator from Carolina,
Who's that now?
Clyburn. If you even don't know what I'm looking at, but he's like one of them civil rights money from them time, right?
Okay, come like
We've been in
him
the Senate for umpteen years.
come like
When we say Maxine Waters and them people, like them been in the Senate for umpteen years, right? But they say them are black people who have power, right? But them been in such them bubble for so long that the rules and things that them are push for is not beneficial to us. Like if you watch political thing and listen all the way them talk
right.
and the people who them endorse
They're
and people them support, them not drive no economic power for the black
because
community. And it's like
they're
so you
far
see,
removed. They're far
them,
removed from what's going on the
yeah,
ground.
and it's like when we watch them thing that we love when like when we see when Joe Biden up on TV and them curse at the Fox News guy and it's like everybody oh yes, that's what it's like. We just fall for them little foolish day, like we're just driving, like them things that don't make sense to me. Like we keep falling for the little tokenism and the little, but we're not nothing substantive. We're not pushing our fall for. So this come back down to when I said, if you do listen to somebody like Joe Rogan, which I do listen to, there's no way you can mistake them man if be a racist. Them man are definitely not a racist. And if you talk about a man we do this for over 10 years, 3 hour and 4 hour episode, and them are gonna look for a 2 minutes clip and break it down.
Right.
Come on, bro. That's somebody working hard.
Right. I'm right.
Something. And then it was very out of context, and I get it. There's no there's no reason for a white man to say the N word. This is what I said. And he may even come back and apologize and say, like, yo, there's no, it's not for him to say.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But when you listen to somebody like him and they might try hit the man on COVID and all of that, you have to wonder, like, yo, yeah, it's like, it's just all distraction. All these things is just for distraction. The lack of accountability with the party in power, the Democrat party in power, not doing for the people. So they might have to find a boogeyman.
Right.
A boogeyman for Trump is not the boogeyman anymore, but
no,
you have to try to find somebody else to be.
And it's
the boogeyman,
and it's a scary thing because when you see this level of destruction going on and targeting, if you have to step back sometimes and look, hold on, there's what's really going on.
Yeah.
What's really going on in society? Because there's things going on, and you're like, no, I'm just shift the energy and shift the attention because we don't want the people to hone in on, because guess what? People not even focusing on, hey, we just come out of 2021, coming into 22 with a 6.3 inflation rate, the highest the US has ever seen.
Exactly.
But nobody not talking about that. Ain't nobody talking about that. Yo,
nobody not talking
your
about
money,
inflation.
think about that. Your money just lost 6% value from last year. So if you have 5 grand, 10 grand at the bank, just know say that worth 6% less. And when you go to the supermarket, make sure you're feeling the people. You see when you go. I just the other day I tell my sister, yeah, mom, used to go to the supermarket with bills, 20 bills, and come out fluffy. Now you come here and say, hold on, did I leave something? You know, I got to guess. Listen, I remember just
God, every time we go to supermarket, I say, yo, I walk go
yo, bro, I got to pump. And the pump. But we forget real. We show you real life, you know. Brother, I used to go to pump like, you know, when you feel good last year, $2 gallon and you're going you pump premium gas, you know, and fill up the car with $35 less than 40. Brother, you know, I'm going to say $55. I say, wait, why is it? We not stop? It just keep going. I'm like, say, yo, this all right.
$60-something now for fill up.
So people, but something is coming here. Something is coming.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where the distraction is. The man could focus on them race issue here, but we're not focused on the economic things that really hurt people.
Of course.
And them things that hurt people. You get what I'm saying? Right now, a lot of people don't even know, say, just in the past couple months, US and Russia, they're on the brink of tension and war. Like, the tension was so high. Like, people don't know, say, Biden sent 8,000 troops to Europe. I was sending another 3,500 more troops. You know what I mean? Things kind of temp down right now, but a lot of people don't know, so like America and Russia over Ukraine and what going on.
Yeah, Ukraine, they told them to. Didn't they just tell all the Americans in Ukraine to leave immediately?
Yeah, the embassy and them thing there, right. Because America. But it's like, as I'm saying, is like all of them things they are going on in the world, and most of us not even know what are going. Like we not pay attention, but. And it like it just like I said, anytime I see things are going like that, like me that does I push certain things, I always address back and say, yo, what going? What really what going? when we see like everybody a tweet Kanye, so I say, yo, hold on. I want to go. What am I try to hide from it? It's not say it's a conspiracy thing, but it's always something going on. They might distract us from the real issue, like the economic issue, inflation going crazy right now, from Russia and America in attention right now. US send troops over there in Europe right now are create tension. So it's like all of them things that are going on, and nobody now help solve the issue. We all, what I mean. I voted for Joe Biden. You know what I mean? For last election, because in the end, we couldn't need another 4 years at Trump, brother. Because man was just fatiguing, brother.
But a lot of people,
It's
I heard support what you said. Like they're like, listen, come on, whatever else you can provide it. We just don't want no more of this right now.
But the man makes some promises, and the man not full, man not budge but none of them, and find excuse after excuse, and it's like
I don't hear one policy that supports the black votes.
You get what I'm saying? The first policy the man
Sorry,
signed
this Pamela,
was some gender,
Kamala Harris,
some gender whatever policy for the transgender community, and another one for the Asian, fight against Asian, this whatever act. And I'm okay, but it's like there's nothing specific, because you know why? And I said this already on a podcast, yeah, and I said in a lot of conversation, is that we are so, as a community, we are so focused, and we are so, especially majority, not all of us, but the majority of black people in America are so focused, and everybody just is loyal to the Democratic Party. And so if you're loyal to them by default, you'll get anything done. They might just take advantage of you. And it's like, we don't learn that lesson yet. You see me I say? It's like me more like, like I tell people, focus major locally. If you own, especially if you own a home or whatever, your local politics are the way to go. You need to know your local people, right? But it still, on the federal level, it sucks, because when the courts and them thing, they're still important. But it's like, it have reached a point where as a community, we have to show them, we have to teach them a lesson. Meaning, don't vote at all. Make them losers. But the thing is, if they have us by default, there's no urgency to do anything, for the black community. And all of them people, not because, not all black folk is king folk or whatever them say, not because somebody black them ain't good for you.
Yep, straight up.
I mean, we need to get out of that type of mentality, because I definitely don't subscribe to that.
Straight up.
Because that's a lot of them in power, a lot of them who have influence ain't doing nothing good for us. And we need to stop fall for the distraction. You see me?
Yep. Well said. Well said.
Yeah, I know people, that's a lot of things to kind of digest, but we just have to get it off.
Yeah, we have to get it off. We have to start the stimulation of conversations, and whether it's controversial or just make you think and have, interesting, or just question things. But this is something. Hey, listen, you know our page. Leave some comments.
And before we even get to the card, there's one thing we just want to get off on my chest with that too. When it comes to, and what I mean, people always say, listen to Joe Rogan podcast. If you're especially in this space, you can learn a lot of things from how him formulate and interview people and them thing there. And it's a person where showed everybody, and just the last fact, when I say accountability and all of that, I remember me and you, and I think Baga had an episode where we talk about COVID, right?
Right.
And we are talking about all the man them we do the numbers, account the numbers of the people them who get it. Say it was over inflated.
Right.
We were discussing the policy, like we are discussing maybe a lab leak and all of them thing there. Way back then in 2020 we were discussing that, right? And there's a point, if I don't know, you don't follow it much, Carter, but a lot of people who have them type of discussion in a social media actually get banned from Facebook and banned from Twitter. If them ever did I say, boy, it's a possible lab leak stuff, and them are censor people. Joe Rogan himself have them conversation, them want censoring. But now, look on it now. The regular media now, CNN now, we are fight against all of them things. No, all of them have the same conversation.
But
the accountability for them.
But remember, when you were discussing it, you were saying that, from a scientific standpoint that, hey, bacteria, viruses, and different forms of, harmful diseases are already existing, but just that we don't discover it. So this may have been an outbreak of one of those
Yeah, and there were
situations.
possibilities. So it was two, and
Right.
like listen to other people. One is more likely what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I mean. I would say, I would say, I'm saying, people, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on,
But my
and
but
yeah,
my internal voice was saying to me, they killed. I just think this, and them probably come find me. They the scientist or the doctor who came out in Asia who tried to say something died very shortly after. Right? Died very shortly after he tried to come out and say what was going on. And then you just hear it get whoop, swept under the carpet. We don't hear nothing more about what he was trying to deliver to us. But
yeah,
but the notions were this man was saying there was a leak from a from the lab.
yeah.
And it started in
And,
Wuhan. So
but they see, like we just said that a lot of people were saying that in 2020, and all of them get banned from social media. Them label them as conspiracy theories. No, the CDC director who retired said there's a possibility that's what happened. It become this mainstream conversation where, all right, no, it's like, so what I'm just saying is that, like, things change, new information get, and things change.
Right.
But we live in an area where people act like nothing can change,
right.
and we're just being distracted and being by who a vaxxer, who unvaccinated, and all of that, which that's another conversation may have to have another time, because we have to get into that, because that part was kind of
Trust me, we can't go down a rabbit hole, cause
yeah. So we don't want so we want to keep that one sweet and spicy, people.
right.
So, yeah, man. But let me know what you think. See, we are talk the truth or about a mumbo jumbo. But yeah, man. So people, what I'm saying, anytime you see things like this happen, always make a dress back. Take a personal feeling out of it. Be objective and walk on. And just, look on the situation objective and come to a better conclusion. Just do not fall for the okey doke where them show on the media push one idea and I try tell you this person is bad. I try ban and censor people, and I try limit free speech. I'm telling you, any day when I limit free speech, it sounds good in theory because you don't like somebody. But when you start banning people you like, you're going to have a problem. And every time any rules or laws pass in this country, if you study American history, it always affect the minority first. There was no gun laws until the Black Panther star got walk with gun. You understand? So there was a time when everybody could have get them gun, no problem. And then black people realize, oh, we are citizens, we can't start bringing a gun too. Then them say, oh, no, we got to do something about that. Okay? So keep that in mind. Anything.
Unbelievable.
So remember that, people. So we first are gonna get hurt with any time anything change for enforce any type of law. We first always get hurt by it.
Always get
this. So remember, we're in the business of podcasting. So for me, freedom of speech, I will. One thing I love with this gun is that part, and I will. I don't care who the person or what the person said. I will defend that. Even I like them, I turn it off. I'm gonna listen to something else. I'm gonna move on.
True.
Big up themselves over there, sir.
True.
Any last word, Carter, before we go?
Yes. Yeah, just to reinforce what Nicola says, a serious and powerful constitution, right? So people don't just jump on the first thing we're hot, you hear something about Kanye and him say something, I say, oh, cancel him. You hear something where Jim Carrey said, him say, cancel him. I'm like, people, if we are not able to express ourselves and be able to learn from different people's perspective, that's why I think I'm very attracted to Joe Rogan's podcast. And he has various levels and people from all walks of life. I never forget, one of my favorites is not only Elon Musk, but Mike Tyson. The interview he did with Mike Tyson is epic. Like the way how this man show you where his childhood was coming from and to the limelight at 21. This man was people don't understand the magnitude of what Mike Tyson went to at 21. I couldn't even fathom being that famous at 21 with that type of money. I probably do a lot of crazy shit too. But it's just
and you get to understand their perspective. Oh, okay.
Right.
Like first you used to judge Mike Tyson and be like, what kind of idiot man spent 300 million? And then when you listen to him in that long form,
exactly. So
you
see what Nicholas just said in its entirety, the long format. So what they're doing now, they cut and splice what you're saying and create a viral thing, and which is degrading to you because they're not listening to the entire conversation. They just cut out a small snip and say, "Oh, that's the person." So people, be mindful of your cancel culture ways, because I think a lot of people are developing that mindset. So just make sure, so when you do that, you put yourself in the same boat so you can't say nothing. And that's all I have to say.
Real talk. And my last thing to it, there's this interview where I did with this guy, Darrell something like that. He's a jazz player or whatever. And he may have a book about it where just by having conversation with some crew, he was a black guy, and like him go play back in the day at some people who are a Ku Klux Klan member, and just by having conversation with like the man them from the Ku Klux Klan, the man them left it. Because them have this ideology about black people. And when him talk to this black guy, one of the clan member have a conversation with this black guy, I say, hold on. Him whole thing where I learn about black people is like, it don't make no sense. Because you know, like, you know, in the clan you think black people are this, them nuns, them on welfare, them are, you know, all of the negative stereotype where I learn at the clan. And then I talk to this guy with a jazz player who's smart as hell and who, I must say, yeah, well, on there. So all that shit they've been learning all in life about black people is garbage. And the man them left the clan, and the man showed, because when he met the guy now, he might get the guy that show him in clan member card, in Ku Klux Klan member card, and when he was a grand wizard and all of these things. And when the guy started to meet different, and him start collect them, you know, them robe and then something there as souvenir. And it's just interesting listening to his story. Like, can him say the guy say never meet a black guy before. So when I say, oh, you've never meet a black guy before, yeah, but they have all of these thoughts about black people. And so them just having dialogue, you know what I mean? Just open with dialogue. And they say, well, open door, I think over 200 or 300 people. The man end up leave the Ku Klux Klan and move from them area. Like, I must say, you know, because just by talking to people.
Yes.
So reason why I'm saying that, people, is that we cannot run from these type of conversation, because if you only live in a community in your bubble, you're not going to learn nothing. Sometimes you need to venture out. Have conversation with people you disagree with. Listen to people you disagree with. Because it might strangle your argument. I might challenge your way of thinking and say, like, damn, the way me I think was a pure foolishness. Me I think my thought process was messed up. Yeah. Or you might listen to that argument and say, yeah, I guess I'm right. Because where am I saying something? You know, challenge it. Don't listen to the bubble. Don't listen to, you know, if you're around people who just agree with everything you say, you're not going to learn nothing. You're not going to challenge your own argument. So, you know, enough on that. But big up on yourself. You know, we start heavy with the first one.
Yes.
Bang. So we want to start as he come out the gate.
Yeah.
Kicking.
We have to give on the things with educational too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So challenging the thought, man, and don't get caught up in the media and the bloggers and all of these things. You know what I mean? Be objective. That's why I always say that when I end my podcast.
Yes,
be smart and objective. But yeah, man. So once again, people, remember, this is Jamaican State of Mind podcast. You know, me and Carter there, and you know, you want remember follow us on all the social media platform. Jamaican State of Mind pod on IG, Jamaican State of Mind Facebook, JA State of Mind on Twitter. I mean, reach out to, let me know what you think. So, anything else, Carter? We good?
We good.
All right. Like I always see people, stay safe, be smart and objective. All right. Next time. Until next time. We go.
Yeah, Jamaican State of Mind.